Welcome all of you in SST College of Arts and Commerce. This is SST Edopedia. I am Ramandeep Kaur, Assistant Professor in SST College of Arts and Commerce. Today we will going to start errors in measurement. Errors in measurement is divided into two parts. The first one is random error and the second one is systematic error. Then the systematic error is again going to divide it into three parts. That is, the first one is instrumental error, the second one is error due to imperfection experimental technique, and the third one is personal error. Means error is divided into how many parts? Two parts. The first one is random error and the second one is a systematic error. Then the systematic error again is divided into three parts. That is, the first one is instrumental error and the second one is error due to imperfection experiment technique, and the third one is personal error. And what is the instrumental error? This error are caused due to faulty constructions of instrument. Now see, this is a scale. Means we know that the scale always start from the zero. Suppose we want to measure the length of pen, length of any area, then we can measure from zero. So here the zero is cut out. So this is what error. This is called as the instrumental error. Now this error are caused due to faulty construction of instrument. Personal error. These errors are introduced due to fault of an observer taking readings, referred to as human errors. They vary from person to person. For example, that is one is simple pendulum and we want to measure the oscillation, and we ask the student to measure. If there are 5 students, the one student can measure the 5 oscillation. In the 1 second, the oscillation is 5. The another students can measure in 1 second 6 oscillation, and the third students can measure the 1 second is 5 oscillation or the 4 oscillation. It means there are the 3 or 5 students and all students can measure the different readings. Means each students can measure the different reading. So we can say that these errors are introduced due to fault of an observer taking readings. This reading is vary from person to person. They are vary from person to person. All readings are not same. The one student can say it is a 5 oscillation in the 1 second, the second student saying it is a third oscillation in a 1 second. Means all readings are different. They vary from person to person. Understood? This is called as the personal error. Systematic error. This is an error due to defective setting of an instrument. If the pointer of an ammeter is not pointed exactly at the zero of the scale, it will not point it to zero when no current is passing through it. Such errors can minimize by detecting its causes. For example, we know that ammeter. Now ammeter, there is a scale and the one needle is there. When no current is passing through ammeter, then what happen? They will show you 0. But what happen if it is a defective setting of an instrument? The pointer of an ammeter is not pointed exactly at the 0 of the scale when the no current is passing. When the current is passing, they will show you the reading, whatever we want, how much current we want, they will show you according to you. But if the no current is passing in the ammeter, then what happen? The instrument, the pointer of an ammeter is not pointed exactly at the zero of the scale. Again, this is what it is, a defective setting of an instrument. Random error. Even after minimizing about types of errors, errors may occur to different factors like change. The first one is the effect of errors can minimized by taking a large magnitude of the quantity to be measured. Second one is taking large number of readings and calculating their mean values. And the third one is using an instrument whose list count is as small as possible. Suppose we have to reduce the error. So how can you reduce? First of all, we take the large numbers of reading. For example, suppose we are taking the oscillation. In the 1 second, how much it oscillates? So 5 oscillation in 1 second. Again we will take. So it will give you the 5 or 6, depends upon. After that we will take. So here we have taking the large numbers of reading. Large numbers of reading means you will take the 4 or 5 readings or the 6 readings. So when we are taking that much of reading, so it's divided, and it means you will calculate the mean or average. So here we can reduce the error. Or otherwise you can use the instrument whose list count is very small. For example, the vernier caliper, screw gauge, it is a list count is very small, so you can use that instrument, means which have the very list count, means we want to measure other thing else. So मुझे वो देखना है कि जिसका लिस्ट काउंट बहुत स्मॉल है. Okay, for example, I have given you that is the vernier caliper and the screw gauge. This is a list count. Or vernier caliper is 0.1, 0.01. So this is what the list count. Using an instrument whose list count is as small as possible. So we are using the large number of reading, we are taking the large numbers of reading, or we are using the instrument whose list count is very small. By taking this type of the precautions, then we are reducing the errors. For example, A1, A2, A3. How will you calculate the mean value? Suppose we have the 3 readings, which is denoted by the A1, A2, A3. And we have to calculate the mean. So how will you calculate mean? So first of all, you will write A mean, A suffix mean equals to A1 plus A2 plus A3. That is A1 plus A2 plus A3 is divided by 3. So when you will divide it by 3, how many numbers are there? There are the 3 numbers, A1, A2, A3. So we are add them and divided by 3. So we will get the mean value. Suppose we have to calculate again. There are the 6 numbers, that is A1, A2, A3, A4, A5 and A6 respectively. So again we have to calculate the mean. So how will you calculate mean? Again you will add them, that is A1 plus A2 plus A3 plus A4 plus A5 and plus A6 and divided by 6. Why we are dividing by 6? Because there are 6 numbers. So you can write in the denominator 6. And A1, A2 आप सबको add करेंगे. When you will add them and divide by 6, then you will get the mean value. So how will you calculate mean? If there are the 2 numbers, divided by 2 and add them, we will get the mean value. Sorry, mean value. When we take sufficient large numbers of readings and find their mean value, and the mean is referred to as mean value. Suppose that n readings taken to the measurement of physical quantity. Dear students, we know that what is a physical quantity? What that object we can measure easily. So this is called as a physical quantity. Suppose there are n numbers of reading. There are n numbers of reading means it start from the A1. A1, A2, A3 up to An. We have to calculate the mean. Then how will you calculate mean? We are adding them, that is A1 plus A2 plus A3 up to An and divided by n. When we are dividing by n, so you will get the A mean. So mean value means what? There are the n numbers of value. We are adding them and divided by n, so you will get the A mean. What is the absolute error? The magnitude of difference between the mean value and each individual value is called absolute error. Thus the measurement A1, the absolute error is, that is the mode delta A1. अभी mod means what, there are the two parallel lines are there. Okay, the mod, in the mod there are the two parallel lines, that is delta a1. Triangle is what it is called as, it is a delta. So delta a1 equals to a mean in mod am minus a1. Dear students, when we are calculating the absolute error, so first you will write the two parallel lines. The two parallel lines, it means it is a mod. In the mod we have write delta, triangle को हम क्या बोलेंगे, delta a1. So first of all you have to calculate the mean. How will you calculate the mean? Suppose three numbers are there, add them and divided by 3, then you will get the a mean. So write down in the mod a mean minus a1. am minus a1, you will get the mod delta a1. Similar, when we are talking about the mod delta a2, delta a2 means mod am minus a2. The arithmetic mean of all the absolute error is called mean absolute error in the measurement of the physical quantity. So first of all we have to calculate the absolute error. You will calculate the delta a1, delta a2, delta a3 up to delta n. And again we have to calculate the mean absolute delta n. So how will you calculate the mean absolute delta n? So we are writing the same procedure which we have done to find out the mean value. So again you will write here the mod delta am, which is equals to mod delta a1 plus mod delta a2 plus mod delta a3 up to mod delta an and divided by n. So here we will get mean absolute error, which is denoted by the mod delta am. The next one is relative error. The ratio of the mean absolute error in the measurement of a physical quantity to its most probable value is called as the relative error. Means what is the formula of relative error? You have to calculate the mean absolute error. So write down the mean absolute error upon am, a mean, mod am, that is mod delta am divided by am. So we will get the relative error. The relative error multiplied by 100 is called as the percentage error. Percentage error is equals to what? Delta am upon am into 100%. So we will get the percentage error. So dear students, in this lectures what we have discussed, suppose there are the large numbers of error and we want to reduce, so you will take the large numbers of reading, at least 5 or 6. When we will take the 5 or 6 readings, then you divide it by that numbers. Suppose we have take the 5 reading, so add them, a1 plus a2 plus a3 plus a4 plus a5 and divided by 5. So we will get the mean, a mean. After that we have to find out the absolute error. So how can you find out the absolute error? You will find out the absolute error means delta a1. First of all you have to write in the mod. Mod means there are the two parallel lines. In the parallel lines we have written the delta a1. After that, which is equals to a mean minus a1. Similar we can find out the delta a2. Means mod delta a2 equals to mod am minus a2. There are, suppose there are n numbers of numbers. So how can you write mod delta an equals to a mean minus an. So this is what the absolute error. And the mean absolute error, we have to add absolute error and divided by that numbers. How much numbers we have added? So you will get the mean absolute error. After that the relative error, delta am upon a mean, which we will get the relative error. अगर आप उससे मल्टीप्लाई करेंगे 100 से, then you will get the percentage error. Thank you.